Hello everyone, it is Phrasmotica here and welcome back to Feed the Beast. Now as you can see, there is a great big hole in the wall right here, and it's right next to my ME network. And speaking of my ME network, I've got a bunch of UU matter coming in, waiting until I've got groups of 7 so that I can make it into good old iridium, send that off, and it will be compressed into iridium ingots automatically, because I've actually got my ME network hooked up to all of my industrial craft machines and my advanced machines right here. All of the stuff that I want to be smelted, like the psychorium and all the food that I get, automatically goes into the induction furnace and it's taken out. I haven't done it for the extractor yet, and I haven't done it for the plate bending machine just yet, but I've got going for my compressor, so all iridium and all raw carbon mesh that I make and that's in my ME network automatically gets processed. And for the macerator, well, that's just a general purpose one. My actual ore processing is now done through industrial craft, through these advanced machines, because the Buildcraft stuff was good, but it just wasn't fast enough. These things are a lot better. And yeah, I've got them hooked up with import and export buses that are actually behind these hoppers right here. So yeah, everything's automated as far as ore processing goes. MFSUs, charging up the mass fabricator, I've got that hooked up to the automatic recycler, so that everything gets placed into the mass fabricator when it gets it. Automatic recycler doing its bit right there. I've moved all the unnecessary thermal expansion stuff out of the way, and this is where I'm going to be charging up redstone cells if I ever need to. But back to this big hole in the wall. There is something very interesting in applied energistics, which is autocrafting, and that basically allows you to create these blank patterns that you put into your ME network, which are then encoded with a recipe for a certain item. And with that item you can then tell the system, hey, I want to craft this, and it'll say, okay, how many do you want to craft? I want to craft this many, and then it'll do it for you. And we are going to get on to doing that today, because that is my absolute favourite thing about the mod, the auto-crafting system. And it's very expansive. We'll get onto that later. So first thing we're going to need to make in order to get this auto-crafting going is this great big multi-block thing called the molecular assembly chamber. Now it sounds really epic and everything, and that's because it is. Now we're going to need 4 things to make this, I believe. Or actually, we technically only need 3, but since this is a multi-block structure and it's of a variable size, I'm choosing to do it in this this size, which is a 5 across, 4 tall, and 3 deep, because, well, that's how I like it. So we're going to need to make this thing called a pattern provider, first of all. Now the pattern provider, you need iron, crafting table, conversion matrices, advanced processor storage cell. I'm going to make 3 of these because of the size of my multi-block structure. Now, next up, we're going to need to make these things called crafting CPUs, and these are the things that are going to craft our actual items from the patterns we provide it with through this right here. And so that needs iron, quartz, glowstone, and advanced processors. So I'll make 3 of those as well. And then over here, we're going to need this thing, the assembler containment wall. This is the most crucial part of the molecular assembly chamber. For the size that I'm going to do, I believe I'm going to need 18 of these. So I'm going to take all of them just like that. You saw the recipe right there. Then lastly, we're going to need these things called ME heat vents. And those just take iron bars, and ME cables. They're relatively cheap. So I'll take 12 of those. So these 4 components are going to make up our our great honking ME molecular assembly chamber. So to make this chamber, I said it was a 5x4x3 structure. Now the way that this thing works is that the wireframe of the shape, if you will, the wireframe of the cuboid is going to be made out of these containment walls. So I'm going to need to place them down like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that is the lower portion of it. And then we've got this right here. This is going to be 4 tall, as I said. I haven't got enough, have I? I didn't think this through. I'm going to need way more than 18 of these. Okay, well, you know what? I will place down what I have so far, and I'll make some more. I'll see in a bit. Luckily, these things are relatively cheap to make. Okay, I'm going to make a bunch of these. I'm going to make another 18, just in case, and I'll get some more if I need to. So like I said, these things, no, not there. These things are just going to form the bare bones wireframe of this multi-block structure. Just like this. 6... Okay, so I've got enough there. So that took, I believe that was 32. So that took 32. I'm just doing some quick maths here. I won't be entirely accurate. So that is the wireframe that is going to be comprised of these containment walls. Now, the next thing that we're going to need to fill it in with are these heat vents, and the heat vents are going to comprise the walls which aren't edges or corners. So all of these internal things right here are going to be these heat vents, and I'm not going to have enough again. Why do I keep on making too little? I really don't know. That one I've made some more heat vents. I'm on an absolute roll today. I am just doing amazing. So, all of these walls which aren't edges or corners, including the bottom, need to be filled in with these heat vents. Now, I'm not going to close this off just yet because these inside 6 blocks need to be filled up with stuff. They cannot be filled up with air. Every single one of them has to be filled up. And that is where these pattern providers and crafting CPUs come in. I believe that you have to have a pattern provider inside here in order for this to work. You can create a 3x3x3 structure, it's just that it will go a bit slower. The more of these crafting CPUs you have, the faster the process will go. So I'm going to do it in kind of this pattern right here, this alternating pattern. 3 pattern providers and 3 crafting CPUs, and then we will fill in the last heat vents that we need. And when we've done that, there we are. The multi-block structure transforms and it all links up like this. And when we right click on it, it will show you this interface right here. And this interface is where you place the blank patterns, or actually the encoded patterns, which actually have recipes on them. Now, to make those encoded patterns, you actually need a blank pattern in the first place. And to make the blank pattern, you need iron, quartz, glowstone, and glass. And I believe I have some set up right here. I'm going to make 16 of them. And so the question is now, well, how are we going to encode patterns onto these? You can't just right-click on them or shift-right-click on them. That doesn't work. We are going to need to build something called the pattern encoder, which has iron ingots, crafting table, and a conversion matrix. Now, this pattern encoder I'm going to put right next to this bad boy right here. Let me see if I can rotate that actually, so that the pattern face actually. What are you doing? Get back here. See if I can rotate this so that the pattern face faces outwards. Let me just get my my wrench right here. Can I rotate it? I guess I can't. Whatever. When we right click on this, it says ME pattern encoder, and then there's an encode button. You put a blank pattern right there, and then you put the recipe for what you want to make in here. So let's say, give me my blank pattern back. Thank you. Let's say I wanted to create some iridium ore. I would need some UU matter for that. That's not a good example. Let's say I wanted to create some bronze. Bronze is a good example. So that's 3 copper, and that is 1 tin. So inside the pattern encoder, let's put the blank pattern there, and let's put a tin there. And as you can see, it only places an image of it there. It doesn't place the actual item there. That would suck. So right there, the recipe that we have there will produce 1 bronze. When we press encode, that will now be encoded onto the assembler pattern. It's kind of similar to how the recipes worked with the project tables over there, except this is a lot cooler. So now that we have our encoded pattern, we can whack it in the molecular assembly chamber, and we'll be able to access it from the ME network. So right here, there's a view section which says storage/craftable. If we select it so we can only see craftable stuff, we can now see our bronze recipe in there, and it says craft. If we click on that, we can tell it, okay, I want to craft this, and I want to craft 10 of them. Begin, and it will start crafting them. So let's go back to the storage/craftable, and for bronze, well, that was a bad example because I already had some in there. Okay, let's try that again. Let's say that I want to make, let's make another 10 bronze. So we had 14 in there before. Actually, let's view both just for the sake of it. All the craftable stuff, I believe, will be at the, well, should be at the bottom. Where are you? Where are you, bronze? Can't see you. Okay, never mind. So if we click on bronze right here, actually no, I think we need to, it's the sorting thing, isn't it? Is that better? Where are you? Where are you? Item name, bronze? Okay, fine, I'll just go to the craftable section, that's fine. Let's craft another 10. So we had 14 in there. Begin craft, and now let's see how many there are in there. There are 24. There we are. It's crafted those for us. We did not have to do anything. Very, very nice. So This thing is incredibly handy for doing large crafting jobs where you want to make something that requires a lot of things to make, a lot of, sub-elements. Now, if we want to monitor what this thing is doing, if we've set it doing a very, very long job, like doing hundreds and hundreds of items at once, we can use this thing called a crafting monitor. And you saw the recipe very briefly there because I took it down faster than I would have liked, but that's okay. I'm just going to do what I meant to do in the first place. So let's put this crafting monitor right there next to our ME network. So right here it will tell you what it is currently crafting. It will show you the result of each recipe, and it will show you how many of that recipe you've asked it to create. And if you don't have enough materials for the recipe it's currently doing, it will tell you down here in the missing materials. And to cancel a job, you can left shift and click the item that's up here. It'll cancel that job, say you don't want to do it anymore. And there's also a next and previous for multiple jobs, so that's very nice as well. Now it should also say that, what was I going to say? Was it in here? What was I going to say? I think I've completely forgotten. Oh no, I haven't completely forgotten. This pattern encoder actually doesn't have to be connected to your ME network. I'm just putting it there because it's convenient on my little ME wall right here. So if that's somewhere else, that's fine. It doesn't have to be connected to your ME network. Actually, how much? 75 units per tick. That's quite a bit. Anyway, we've got this thing set up, but now we're going to move on to something a little bit more advanced that we can do with this thing. Now, this is going to require me, I reckon, to take down one of my machines. So, let's see. Actually, I might have some spare Buildcraft ones. Maybe I'll do that instead. Let's see. Or thermal expansion machines, I should say. I'm going to get out the powered furnace just for this demonstration. Powered furnace. 4 of them. Damn! So this powered furnace, let's whack it right down here. So it'll be powered by the MJ. Good God, look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. So, actually, where's that power coming from? Because, oh, whatever, I'll put it right there. So, you may be wondering, okay, what if I want to automatically smelt something into something? Let's say I wanted to make a new pattern. Let's make it so that, oh, bloody thing, I need to grab the material I want. Okay. I do not have any sand right now. That's a bummer. I was going to demonstrate what I was going to demonstrate using some sand. So let me go find some. There's some under the cacti, but I'm not going to bother with that because the cacti are growing. Let's go get some sand from over here. I really shouldn't have to walk around and mine, but the quarry's gone past sand level, I guess you could call it. Okay. So we've got Piggy. Taste my nano saber. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, remember when I said that all of my food was going to get smelted when it went in there? Just whack it in the ender pouch, it will go to the induction furnace. However, so nice. So we've got some sand. Now, the way that we're going to do this advanced stuff is through the use of ME interfaces. We touched on them before, but the full extent of them is brought about by this molecular assembly chamber. Now, let's also get some glass out of here. So, if we type in sand into NEI, and we say what can it be used for, it will show us that inside the, where is it, powered furnace, you can smelt it into glass. Now because this is a recipe that is included with NEI, what you can actually do is you can encode a smelting pattern onto this blank pattern. So say you want to put some sand in here and it's going to make some glass. That's not a valid crafting pattern, but it is a valid smelting pattern. Let's encode it right there. Craft one glass using 1 sand. Okay. So if we put that in the molecular assembly chamber, it'll say, hold on, that's not a valid crafting pattern. You'll see a red rectangle behind it, which means that's not a valid crafting pattern. But, like I said, we can use those ME interfaces to make it a valid crafting pattern for the assembly chamber to carry out. So let me see if I've got any interfaces in here. I do. I've got a few interfaces. So we can put this ME interface above the powered furnace, just like that. And inside the ME interface, you see it's connected to the cable. That's really, really convenient. Inside the ME interface, we can add the pattern that we denoted for the smelting of the sand. We can put it into this processing slot, and whenever we want to craft a piece of glass from sand, whenever we want to smelt a piece of glass into sand, we should be able to access this assembly. Oh, actually no. we won't be able to access it in the assembly chamber. We can access it in the ME terminal in the craftable section, and it will say that glass is available to be crafted. So if we click glass, and let's say we want to make 10 of them, and say begin, it will go ahead and start putting sand into the powered furnace. Why is it not doing it? Did it already do it? Okay, so I'm going to have to do this again. We've got 465 of it. We don't have any sand, that's why. Put some sand in there. So let's say we want to... actually, is it doing it right now? It is. It's making 9 glass. Let's go over to the powered furnace. It is doing the sand for us directly from the ME network. How cool is that? This is the type of thing that I love. Automating pretty much everything you can do as long as you've got an interface and as long as you've got the machine that is needed to do it. So we're going to attach this interface and do that kind of thing with pretty much any machine, any industrial craft machine, any buildcraft machine, any thermal expansion machine, as long as we have an interface and an encoded pattern. So that is extremely cool. And one thing that I'd mention about this is that patterns inside here, if you want to see what they actually make, you hold down shift and it shows you. So you'll see a bunch of patterns in there, hold down shift and it shows their result. So that is the molecular assembly chamber. This, in my opinion, is the absolute best part of Now, I do need to put an export bus on the powered furnace if I want to bring that back into the network, but I'm not going to because powered furnaces are not good enough. Induction furnaces are where it is at. Now, speaking of induction furnaces, let's take a break from this AE stuff. Let's go outside. Yes, let's go outside into the real world, goddammit. My tree farm is now being powered by an induction furnace, by industrial craft power, and it's got an interface right here which takes stuff back into the network that's been collected by the cart. Because the induction furnace is a lot faster, and I just like it a bit more. So yeah, that is now powered by industrial craft stuff, and cables running underground to the house. Underground all the way up there goes into the back of the network. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Quarry has moved, as you can see. Quarry has completed this section by quite a bit and is now excavating this right here. It's doing very, very well at it. And let's think, what else did I want to show you? Oh yes, I've got an access terminal in my inventory, and you may be wondering, well, that's a bit pointless. Why have you got that there? Well, there's this thing that we can make, which I absolutely love to bits, called the wireless access terminal. We can access the stuff in our network wirelessly. So we need an access terminal and a wireless receiver in order to get this wireless access terminal. But in order to make it work, we will also need this thing called a wireless access point, which needs iron, a wireless receiver, ME cable, glass, that type of thing. So let's go and make those wireless receivers. They need ender pearls, iron, and quartz fiber. We'll need 2 of those, which is one for the receiver, one for the wireless receiver, or the wireless access point, and one for the access terminal. So let's go ahead and make the access point. Now the access point, if you connect it to your ME network, let's say we connected it just here. Why not? I'm going to just jump back through and get that, but that's fine. So if we connect it to our network right here, there's a slot in it which we can add boosters into. And when I say boosters, I mean boosters which will increase the range of operation for this access point. I believe the access point works with a range of about 32 blocks, and beyond that you won't get a signal from it with your wireless access terminal. But you can put boosters in there. How are they made? Right there, the wireless boosters right here with redstone, quartz, and iron, and they will add blocks to the range of this access point. But now that we've made that, let's I've emptied my project tables. That is amazing. Let's go ahead and make the actual wireless access terminal. What? Why are you not working? Oh, I need to actually make the wireless. Do I need to make the wireless? No, this should be fine, right? There we are, the wireless access terminal. Now, right off the bat, it says that it is unlinked. To link it to your network, you have to go into your controller and put it in this slot right here. Click in there and it will link it to this network only. Now, as long as you are within operational range of this access point, you right-click on your wireless access terminal. It brings up everything that you have. This is beautiful, especially when you put a lot of access points like around the house. You can access this thing from wherever you want instead of having to wire up you know, these wide access terminals at different points throughout the house. As much as I was thinking of doing that at first, I thought this might be a bit better because it's a lot cooler. Like, in the real world, you'd expect something like this to exist, and in Minecraft, it exists. So, we can access all our stuff from here. It doesn't give us a crafting terminal, unfortunately, but there's crafting benches all around the house, so I really don't care about that at all. Now, back to that UU matter that I was talking about. We've got 8 here, so I'm going to make another piece of iridium ore, and that iridium ore is going to get sent to be compressed, of course, and yeah, UU matter is a bunch of different recipes. Just one on its own, it makes 8 spruce woods. That's cool. But anyway, let's check how much iridium we have right now. We have got 73 iridium ingots, because I let my mass fabricator run for a long-ass time. Now, the reason that I wanted to make this iridium is because of a little thing called quantum armor. And quantum armor is the absolute best armor in the entire game. To get it, we need these iridium plates, and iridium plates require iridium ingots, these advanced alloys, and diamond dust, believe it or not. And diamond dust, as you'd expect, you just macerate diamonds and stuff with diamonds in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some diamonds, because I think, how many plates are we going to need? We're going to need 10 plates, which means we're going to need 10 diamond dust. So I'm going to grab 10 diamonds out of here, and I'm going to send them into the rotary macerator, because that will do them incredibly quickly. And yes, I do have plenty of diamonds, don't worry. Like in the macerator, oh look at that, diamond dust, 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 diamond dust. So we've got that diamond dust now. I also made a bunch of advanced alloys, so that's good. We're going to need 10 of these iridium plates, like I said, to make the 10 of these iridium plates to make the quantum armor. So diamond dust. So let's go. Iridium plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11? I don't have more diamond dust. What are you talking about? Regardless, these iridium plates are incredibly expensive to make, and I don't blame the people who decided on that, because this quantum armor is beastly. Now, we are actually going to need our nanosuit armor in the recipe for the QuantumSuit Armour, which is why I got the nano armor first. So, let's go with the boots first. The boots require 2 iridium plates, some lapotron crystals, nanosuit boots, and 2 pairs of rubber boots, actually. Now, the lapotron crystals are needed for quite a few things, so I think I'm going to make a pattern for that. I need to get the ingredients first, don't I? So the lapotron crystal requires sapphire. 1 sapphire. It will require... I've gone F11 thing again, haven't I? I keep on doing this. So we've got these iridium plates right here, and with them, to make the quantum armor, we are going to need rubber boots, nanosuit armor, lapotron crystals, and all that good stuff. Now, I find that lapotron crystals are quite often used, so what I've done is I've made an assembler pattern for it, but I don't have enough ingredients really right now, so what we're going to do is we are going to make a pattern for electronic circuits, because that is the thing that I'm missing as of right now, and I think it's a pain to constantly have to make them. So let's encode it to the pattern. Let's put the pattern into the assembly chamber. There we go. That's along with the lapotron crystal. Let's make some lapotron crystals. Now, since electronic circuits are actually an ingredient of the lapotron crystal, if you tell it to make the lapotron crystal, it will make the electronic circuits if you have a pattern for it without you having to manually select it. So when I tell it to make 4 lapotron crystals, it should make the pattern. Make me a pattern. Use my Thank you. I want you to make 4. And that should make 4. So it's crafting copper cables and electronic circuits and stuff. It's missing some copper cables. So let's give it some copper cables. I've got plenty of copper cables. What are you actually talking about? Surely I've got some copper cables, huh? Surely. Maybe I'll put them... No, they should all be there. Why have you not got any copper cables? Alright, well, you know what that calls for. Let's make a plan for copper cables. So we need... Oh no, I'll need to get some rubber first. Switch this to stored down... Well, whatever. Stored and craft... Yeah, stored and craftable. Damn it. Okay, so rubber around there. Copper in the middle. En el centro. And let's encode that to a blank pattern. blank pattern in there. There we are, and now we should be able to make the Lapotron crystals. It should be done now, actually. Lapotron crystals, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are our Lapotron crystals, and I think I might have made some excess there, but that's fine. I've made our Lapotron crystals right there. So, how did we make those boots again? We need those, and we also needed some rubber boots. And rubber boots, just rubber like that, and then some wool. So, yeah, that's where they were, bloody things. So, rubber boots, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to need 2 pairs of these. Wool, there we are, that's what I had those sheeps for. 1 rubber boot, 2 rubber boots. And now let's make that quantum boots. Those quantum boots, I should say. So, iridium plates there. Lapotron crystal, and we'll also need our nanosuit boots. There we are, QuantumSuit boots. They hold 1,000,000 EU. That is a lot. So let's charge them up in the MFSU. Bear in mind that quantum armor can only be charged in an MFSU, so make sure you have an MFSU before you make this quantum armor. That's going to take a while to charge, but while it's doing, let's go and make the second piece, which is the leggings. So they need machine blocks as well as Lapotron crystals and glowstone and stuff. So let's do that. So iridium plates go there, I believe. Was it there? Oh crap! What was that? What was that explosion? What was that explosion? Anything down here? No? Okay, that doesn't seem to have affected anything really. So, I'll just continue as I was. Yeah, I've got no clue what that was at all. So, let's get on with it. We need the iridium plates there, and we need the machine blocks. The Lapotron crystal goes up there. We need our nanosuit leggings, glowstone, and those machine blocks. Do I have any? I've got 1. Wow, that's beautiful. Let me just get some refined iron and do it quickly. Let's just make a bunch. I've got way too much refined iron. There we go, machine. Get back here, you bugger. There we are, machine blocks there, and we have our QuantumSuit leggings. So, let's, actually, you know what, I can put all this stuff back into the, back into that, and yes, I'll store the patterns in there, why not? Why the hell not? So let's go charge up these QuantumSuit leggings, assuming these are done. Yes, they are. These also hold 1,000,000 EU, because why not? Right, QuantumSuit boots on, and look how cool these things look. Oh yeah, that. Nice and grey, despite the fact they look white in the sprite. That makes a whole lot of sense. So next up, we have the QuantumSuit body armor. Now, this is the most expensive because it requires 4 iridium plates. Just Jesus! But, yeah. So, our advanced nano chest plate there. A Lapotron crystal in the middle. We're also going to need the iridium plates. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then some advanced alloys. 1, 2, 3. Like, was it not like that? These two swap round. Oh, I see. I need to make a normal nanosuit chest plate. Right. Okay, this is an advanced nano chest plate. I need a proper one. So, how would I go about making that? I need carbon plates, and I need an energy crystal. Do I have any energy crystals? No, I'll just make one of those. I'll make the pattern for it later. I'll do all this pattern making later on. You need not worry. You can trust me. I do stuff out of episodes because if I didn't, it would take too long. That's the reason for me doing it. Alright. Come on, carbon plates. Plenty of them. There we are. Okay, so I need a normal nanosuit body armor there. Then the Lapotron crystal. Then the iridium plates. And then the advanced alloys. Oh dear. Okay, there is our QuantumSuit body armor. So let's get that charging up over in the MFSU as well. Charges up pretty damn quickly when you've got so much power. Look at that. Have you noticed how fast you run when you've got these leggings and boots on and stuff? Oh yes, that is the sprinting speed with these leggings. It does drain the power rather quickly, but that's not the point. These things can make you run super fast. So, I'm going to keep that nano chest plate on just for the heck of it while that thing's charging up, and now we need to make the helmet. So the helmet needs iridium plates, nanotech helmet, laptron crystal, advanced circuits, and this reinforced glass, which is glass and advanced alloys, which isn't too bad. So I've got some advanced alloys right here. Let's put you there. Let's get some glass. And we get 7 from that, so that's a nice recipe. So iridium plates. You go there, I believe. Was it there? Yep. Laptron crystal. Laptron! Right there. Nanosuit helmet is also needed. Crafting terminal. And we also needed those advanced circuits. So I got electronic circuits. Yeah, I'll just make me like 10 of them safe. 10 electronic circuits. And let's just quickly make some advanced ones. I need some lapis. Yep. Lapis. When we get patterns for everything, this will go by much quicker. Redstone, and we also need the glowstone. 1, 2 there. I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need 2 of each. God damn, I'm gonna need double the amount because I'm making 2 of them. Making me type out stuff again. This is not how it should be. It should all be patterns shit. But apparently not. Oh, wow. Sometimes that is just too fast, but sometimes it is just right. So, let's make these advanced circuits. 2 of them. I will make a pattern for those for sure. And I love this running speed. It is amazing. QuantumSuit helmet. We have made the quantum set. So, let's get this out of there. Let's charge it up. And the coolest thing about this quantum set is that when you're wearing it, you are pretty much invulnerable to anything. That's why it's top tier armor. Now, I say that you're invulnerable to everything, and I say that this is top tier armor, but there is one more thing that we can create, which is better than the quantum suit. Now, this... what is all this exploding? Where are these explosions coming? I'll look into it later. Sounded like it was far away. Maybe it's striking something, I don't know. So there is an upgrade that we can get to the QuantumSuit chest plate, and that is the Gravi chest plate. It holds 10 million EU, but it is hella expensive. It needs the QuantumSuit body armor, this HV transformer, ultimate lap pack, which needs an iridium plate in itself, and then these superconductors, which have superconductor covers, which also require lots of iridium plates, and then it also needs these gravitation engines, which need hella iridium because cooling core. Oh my god, these things. The Gravi chest plate is really expensive, but the Gravi chest plate will allow you to fly as if you were in creative mode, and that is what I'm going to be working towards after I've had this for a while, because that is the absolute best armor in the game, and I'm going to want to get it at some point. But for now, this quantum chest armor, or the quantum suit armor, is damn good. Let's see what we can do. You can jump really high, like that, by holding down the boost button. It's defaulted to left control, so that's cool. And as you can see, you're taking no damage whatsoever. Sprinting at this speed, it gives you everything that nano armor does, and much, much more, as we've seen. And yeah, like I said, you can fall from pretty much any height you want. You won't take any damage whatsoever. So, that was today's episode, although I will very quickly show you some stuff that I made. Over in my toolkit, I've got this thing called a gravitool, which is currently in brackets tree tap. So what's this all about? Well, it combines the electric tree tap, the electric wrench, and the electric hoe, which are all electric versions of those aforementioned tools, into one tool. And it needs advanced alloys, energy crystal, carbon plates, and an advanced circuit. And so you get an electric hoe, an electric wrench, and an electric tree tap all in one. So right now it's in tree tap mode. If I went over to all my rubber trees nice and quick and I right clicked, it would give me some of that sticky resin. Now, the way to switch modes is to hold down the mode key, which in my case is comma, and right click. So now it is the wrench. So this wrench will pick up Industrial Craft 2 machines and put them down just fine. Do I have anything I can demonstrate it on? Yeah, I guess I kind of want to leave these all alone, but it's a lossless wrench basically. It will always pick up stuff successfully. Now, what else has it got? It's got 2 more modes. It's got the screwdriver mode, which will actually pick up and rotate red power items. And red power items, we haven't really explored red power too much yet, but we will do in the future. And lastly, it has the hoe tool, and as you'd expect, this will just hoe. Like, this hoe be hoeing, bro. So it will hoe stuff at the expense of EU, but because the QuantumSuit has the lap pack in it, it will drain power from that. Okay, so that was today's episode. Now that I've showed you the Gravitool, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope this has been entertaining. We've done a lot of cool stuff today. I'm very pleased with what we've been able to do. Let's just send this through the extractor nice and slowly. I think we'll get around to upgrading this extractor in the next episode. We'll be building some machines from GregTech, which are a bit more advanced and require a little bit more thought and a little bit more time. But that's for the next episode. Until then, thank you very much for watching again, and I will see you in the next episode of Feed the Beast. And I hooked up some deep storage units with storage buses to my network, which hold my coal and my charcoal and my stone. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.